Hello, hello. Welcome to Just Jenna. You have no idea how excited I am that you're here. I'll be sharing the wisdom, questions, and curious little truths I've gathered along the way. From brilliant thinkers to weird memes, from ancient texts to the knowing of nature. Some of what I've learned came from books, some from breakdowns, some from simply paying attention, and some from fumbling through it myself. My hope is that these stories expand you the way that they've expanded me. So maybe, just maybe, you don't have to trip over the same parts of life I did. And if you do trip and fall, it's okay. I won't tell anyone. Hello, my little beans, my little human beings, you little cutie bears, cutie patooties. I have to acknowledge something because something has been brought to my attention. It has been brought to my attention within the last maybe 2 weeks that there's more than one person that consumes this podcast. And you want to know what? Thank you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for listening to my podcast. Seriously, I would be doing this podcast with or without an audience, but the fact that I have an audience, let me just tell you, let me be so real. It's putting a little gas in the tank. Okay, because usually I'm the one putting gas in my own tank, weekly. We all do this. Everyone's got to fill up their own gas tank, right? But it's nice when there's something else that's like adding to it. I feel like it's adding to my gas tank. So thank you for listening to me talk. You guys, it's incredible. The other day, I spent about an hour and a half, 2 hours dealing with health insurance issues, okay? Honestly, that sentence alone, if you're anything like me, it probably made you tense up a bit. Tense up, right? You got a little stiff. You're like looking over your shoulder a little bit like, oh no, oh God. And I think it's just because dealing with like insurance and doctors and money and appointments and all of that sort of thing, it's like objectively frustrating. Like if you live in America, if you're the age 26 or above, and especially like that fresh age, like this is like dealing with health insurance is so, it's a thing, right? It's a thing. Sure. And even if you don't know exactly the stressors I'm talking about, just buckle up because I'm going to draw some examples so you feel seen in my story. So we're here. Okay. But anyways, it's these things, they're annoying. They're tedious. It's not what anyone wants to be doing with their time, right? My PCP got changed. If I wanted to see a dermatologist, I needed a referral. My PCP no longer took my insurance. I had to call my insurance, request a new PCP, find someone nearby, make sure they had availability, all just so I can eventually get a referral for a bump on my leg that's itchy and it's getting bigger, okay, people? It's just a series of events, one thing after another. And none of the things that happened the other day were what I would have preferred, but it is what happened, right? And what I noticed afterwards, it wasn't about the outcome, because the outcome came. It always does. The problem is resolved. It always is. Everything is resolved the way it was going to be resolved. It always is, and it always will be. And what I noticed was this. I kept a smile on my face the entire time. I didn't cry. I didn't spiral. I didn't give up. I didn't get pissed. I didn't feel like the victim. I just got through it. And when I got off the phone, I realized something that felt very important, and I'm here to share it with you all today. Before the problem, I felt like me. During the problem, I felt like me. After the problem, I still felt like me. Nothing hijacked my internal state. Also, something that really used to hijack my internal state was this ordeal. And it didn't. It just simply didn't. It might not sound like a big deal unless you know my history with this sort of thing, because for years dealing with insurance and doctors and money, like this stuff used to absolutely wreck me. I've lived in multiple different states, multiple different cities, had my parents' insurance, lost the insurance, been employed, been unemployed, like health issues in a way that like, wow, you get, okay, I don't need to get into it right now, but just know I would avoid making appointments. I put off shit for days, weeks, months, years. Yeah, I would let appointments sit for years, like big things, just big things, because health things are scary, okay? Health things are very scary and it's confusing. And then again, when you add on the complexity of being in America, it gets weird and very expensive, okay? Anyways, but I used to get so overwhelmed. I would cry. I would get so frustrated and I would give up entirely. Okay. And then it would leave me anxious, drained, and defeated. Not because the problem itself, but because hear me people, because of how I reacted to the problem. So the other day, when I kept a smile on my face the entire time, it wasn't impressive. Okay. It's just different. And different matters. Here's something I'm learning about life and free will and reality, okay? Because, everything is bleeding into one another for me. I've never once just had an experience and just let it be that. I'm thinking about it. I'm circling back and retracing steps in my childhood, and I'm here to deliver it to you, okay? Everything is important. The outcome always comes. There is always a sequence of events. Something happens and something resolves. And even if there's something in your life that hasn't been resolved yet, something will be resolved eventually. Some could call this fate. You could call it physics. You could call it reality. Maybe some people are thinking or not thinking about it. But what I'm learning is that free will, it only shows up in one place. And it's how you respond while the sequence of your life is unfolding. That is it. Because the sequence is going to happen, things are going to happen, life is going to happen, but how you show up and how you react to these things happening, that is free will, baby. That is where you get to feel like the captain of your own damn ship. And this is where mindfulness actually matters, and not in this vague way. Also, if you don't know anything about mindfulness, read a damn book, take a course, watch a YouTube video, enlighten yourself, please. We live in a day and age where you can literally teach yourself anything. Learn about it. Go learn something about this thing called mindfulness. I've dedicated years to it, and why was it worth it? Wow. Anyways, not the point. Anyways, mindfulness actually matters for what I'm about to say, because mindfulness teaches you about a pause. The pause is space. It's the space between something happening and how you react to it, aka where free will exists. So something happens, and instead of immediately letting it hijack your mood, your body, your nervous system, and all of that, there's a gap now. And that gap is where choice lives. Not control, not suppression, baby, choice. The ability to say, this is outside of me. I can't control it, but I can control my internal state. And I want to zoom out for a second because, again, this is not about health insurance. It was for me, but it's not. Maybe it is about you, but I don't know you. This is just an example that happened to me the other day. And these things happen to me all the time. They happen to everybody all the time. And you know exactly what I'm talking about because we all lived this. It's traffic. You're running late. Someone cuts you off, and now your entire nervous system is activated by something you cannot control. It's a text message. Someone doesn't respond the way you expected, or maybe they don't respond at all, and suddenly your mood drops. Your mind starts spinning, and you're feeling stories that might not even be true. It's work. One comment from a boss, one email, one meeting that doesn't go how you wanted, and now you're replaying it for hours. It's money, baby. It's fucking money. Looking at your bank account, a bill you didn't expect, a number that makes you either feel safe or panicked, and even though it's just a number on a screen, you're panicking. It's waiting in line, on hold, for someone to get back to you, for something to move faster than it realistically can. And then, there's the good stuff too. It's getting the job, hitting the number, moving into that place, buying the thing, achieving the goal. And for a moment, you feel the sweet, sweet relief. You get excited. You feel lighter until you fucking don't. And now you need the next thing. Different costume, same mechanism. Your internal state is being dictated by something outside of you. You know when all the hippie dippies are always saying, like, it's all within you, like, seek within. This is what they're talking about, okay? This is what it's about, people. This is the line I feel like that everything is hinging on right now. Don't be the effect, be the cause. And this doesn't just apply to negative things. It applies to everything that exists outside of you, even the stuff we label as good. Money, dream job, dream career, dream house, car, number to bank account, relationship, an outcome that you've been chasing. All of these things live outside of you, the positive and the negative. So when you live as the effect of your life, you're doing the same thing, whether it's good or bad. You're outsourcing your internal state to something external. Something stressful happens and you feel like shit. Something exciting happens and you feel good. It's the same structure. So we can't be cherry picking over here. We got to look at this whole thing holistically, okay? It's just a pattern, a repetitive pattern. We got to look at it holistically. We can't just like say, hey, I just want to cut out this reacting to stressful shit. No, you got to cut out reacting to positive shit as well. There, I said it. Or at least this is what works for me. I might be wrong. There's always a good chance of that. Because I think this is where people get confused. Because they think, oh, well, once I get the thing, then I'll feel how I want to feel. But it never works like that. When you do the thing, it doesn't bring you joy you thought it would. Or it brings it briefly and then it fades. And now you're chasing the next thing. And this isn't because you're ungrateful or broken. It's because nothing outside of you can stabilize your internal state. So whether it's stress or success, disappointment or achievement, if you're letting external circumstances dictate how you feel inside, you're living as the effect. And living as the effect is fucking exhausting. And from a physiological standpoint, this matters more than people realize because, listen, I'm not going to get too much into it, but again, Google this shit. Look it up. Look up cortisol. Please, for the love of God, help yourself, people. But cortisol exists for a reason. It's meant to help you respond to real threats, okay? But the other day, dealing with my health insurance, there was no threat to my safety. It was just a phone call. But if I would have reacted in my old way, my body would have acted like I was in danger. Elevated cortisol, stress, anxiety, agitation for absolutely no reason. And like having these reactions to things outside of you, it's not a neutral thing. Like there are consequences to your health, your mood, your energy, and your long-term well-being. And it doesn't stop with you and your health and your energy and your mood, because when you let something external affect your internal state, it bleeds, baby. You bring that energy into your relationships, into conversations with friends, into work, into interactions with people who had nothing to do with the original problem. I've done this. I watch people do this all the time. Relationships suffer because of this. Your capacity to love shrinks. Your ability to create, make money, stay open, all of it gets compromised. And not because life is even hard, but because people don't know how to pause when something happens. What's interesting to me is that this doesn't even feel empowering to me anymore, right? Like a few years ago it did. It felt very exciting. It felt like I was discovering something new, like mindfulness, the pause, being the cause, not the effect. Like all of these things I'm saying felt very exciting at one point. And now it feels just very obvious to me. Like, of course I'm going to be doing it this way. Of course I'm going to be living my life in this way. Doing anything else would feel like complete regression. It's like learning a better way to cook something. If you find a method that saves time, energy, and effort and it tastes better, why would you go back to the old way? You wouldn't. And this is the same thing. Life is going to keep happening. That part is not optional. This series of events will continue whether you're calm or losing your mind. Like, genuinely. So, the real question, okay, do you want to spend your days being physiologically and emotionally wrecked by things that don't actually threaten you? Or do you want to develop the capacity to remain yourself while life unfolds? Because that's free will in action. And it's not control. It's not pretending that things don't matter. It's not by bypassing emotions. It's just choosing not to suffer unnecessarily. When you give yourself a pause, when life happens to you, when the series of events start unfolding in your life, when life starts poking its head out at you, give yourself a moment to pause and not just be reactive towards what's happening, and be intentional and thoughtful about how you want to move forward. And guess what? Most times you don't need to do anything. All you need to do is pause and take a breath and just keep being you during life unfolding. That's how you be the cause. That's how you are the cause of your life, captain of your own ship. You don't need life to stop. You don't need fewer problems. You need the ability to pause. Because when you learn how to be the cause of your life instead of the effect of it, everything changes, even when nothing else does. And that's that in a bag of chips. I wanted to keep it short and sweet today. Get a little something off my chest. I hope you guys enjoyed my little rant, my little revelation from my health insurance event. That's all it is. All of these things are just events. These little moments in life, they are all just events. And I want you to really pull to mind something that causes you to kind of react like a child, like have a tantrum like a child. Because mine was health insurance and dealing with that sort of thing. Like I would completely have a tantrum like a child, right? Pull to mind those events and look back and realize that every single time you had a tantrum or you had a huge emotional reaction or you overthink or had anxiety or you got into a deep depressive state about something outside of you, that thing or whatever it is, that problem, you always made the appointment. You always got some type of conclusion. Like you always either got diagnosed or didn't get diagnosed. You made it on time. You met who you needed to meet. You dated the person you were supposed to. You broke up with who you were supposed to. Like all of these things are resolved. And what you do in the meantime, you might as well have a calm inner state because these things are going to be resolved. You freaking out, panicking, getting pissed off in traffic, or freaking out in line, tapping your foot, tapping your fucking hip and toe up and down and whatever, that's not going to make anything happen differently. Nothing. That doesn't make anything happen faster or go slower or anything. Okay? It's just space. We're just sitting in this space of one thing unfolding. Okay, people? Take a breath and choose how you want to act. Right? Right, people? Come on. Come on, come on, come on. This is what it's all about, I think. I don't know for sure. Remember, take everything I say with a grain of salt. Use your own discernment and practice what I say. And if it works for you, cool. If it doesn't, skip it. Like, seriously. Well, you guys, I hope everyone has a beautiful, magical... Oh my God, wait a second. By the time this comes out, this is going to come out the day before New Year's Eve. Oh my God. Wow. That's crazy. See, time is just moving. Things are just moving. It's so just, wow. Wow. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening to me. I appreciate it more than you even know. Please, if you can, if this feels important, please. I don't know. Actually, I'm really not sure how this works on whatever you're listening to, but I'm like, subscribe, follow, share, leave a review, fucking send this to somebody. I don't know, but thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And with that being said, I will see you next Tuesday.